The past feels gone. Yesterday is over. Last year is unreachable. Moments disappear the instant they pass. This belief is so natural that we rarely question it. The past feels like something that was, but is no longer. We talk about it as if it has vanished, leaving behind only memories, photos, and records. But what if this is wrong? What if the past is not gone at all? What if every moment that has ever happened still exists, not as a memory, not as information, but as part of reality itself? This idea feels unsettling because it directly contradicts how life feels. We experience time as loss, moments slip away, people age, events fade. The present replaces the past, and the future replaces the present. But physics does not experience time the way we do, and that difference may reveal something deeply disturbing. Let's start with a simple question. Where did yesterday go? Not emotionally, not philosophically, physically. Did it vanish from the universe? Was it destroyed? Did reality somehow delete it? Physics has no mechanism for erasing moments of time. Matter and energy are conserved, information is conserved, but time? Modern physics does not describe time as something that flows and disappears. It describes time as a dimension like space. And space does not disappear when you leave a place. Your childhood home still exists, even if you are not there. The city you visited years ago still exists right now, even if you are far away. So if time is a dimension like space, why would the past disappear just because you are no longer there? This question leads directly to one of the most unsettling ideas in modern science, the block universe. In the block universe view, the universe is a four-dimensional structure made of space and time together. Past, present, and future all exist equally. Nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. Every moment exists as a fixed part of the whole. From this perspective, time does not flow. Consciousness moves. Your birth exists. This moment exists. Your future exists. Not as predictions or memories, but as coordinates in space-time. This idea is not science fiction. It emerges naturally from Einstein's theory of relativity. Relativity shows that there is no universal present moment. Different observers moving at different speeds disagree on what is happening now. Two people can look at the same pair of events and disagree about which one happened first, and both can be correct. This destroys the idea of a single, global now that separates the past from the future. If there is no universal present, then the boundary between past and future cannot be fundamental. So where is the past? According to physics, it is still there. The reason this feels wrong is psychological, not physical. Your brain experiences time sequentially. It builds a story. One moment replaces the previous one. This replacement feels like destruction. It feels like the past is being erased. But nothing is actually being erased. Your consciousness simply stops accessing those parts of reality. Think of a book. When you turn a page, the previous page doesn't vanish. It still exists in the book. You just aren't reading it anymore. Reality may work the same way. The past is not gone. You are just no longer reading it. Quantum physics adds another layer of strangeness. At the quantum level, time behaves very differently than we expect. Some quantum processes do not clearly distinguish between past and future. In certain situations, events cannot be ordered in time in a definite way. This suggests that the distinction between past and future may not be fundamental but emergent. If the universe itself does not clearly separate what has happened from what will happen, then our sharp sense of past may be something the brain creates to make sense of experience. Memory plays a crucial role here. We remember the past, not the future. This asymmetry makes the past feel real and the future feel unreal. But memory is not evidence that the past no longer exists. It is simply evidence that information flows in one direction. Entropy increases, records form, information accumulates. This creates the psychological arrow of time. But entropy does not destroy the past. It only makes it harder to access. So what if the past still exists? Then every moment of your life still exists somewhere in the structure of reality. Every conversation, every mistake, every joy. This idea can feel comforting or terrifying. Comforting because nothing is truly lost. Terrifying because nothing can be undone. But it also changes how we think about identity. If the past still exists, then earlier versions of you still exist, not as memories inside your head, but as real configurations of the universe. The child you once were is not gone. The person you were 5 years ago is not gone. They still exist, just not where your consciousness currently is. This does not mean you are trapped or predetermined. It means reality is larger than experience. You are not a thing moving through time. You are a process embedded in a timeless structure. This view also reshapes how we think about death. If the past still exists, then moments of life do not vanish when life ends. Consciousness may stop accessing new moments, but the moments that were experienced do not disappear. This is not a claim about the afterlife. It is a claim about existence. Physics does not destroy moments. It only relates them. The idea that the past still exists also explains why time feels asymmetric. We move through time in one direction because that is how memory works. We carry records of what has happened, but not of what will happen. This creates the feeling that the past is fixed and the future is open. But from a structural perspective, both may exist, just not equally accessible. The future may exist as a range of possibilities rather than a single path. Quantum physics supports this idea. Outcomes are not fixed until interactions occur. But the space of possibilities may still be part of reality. So the universe may contain a fixed past, a branching future, and a moving perspective we call now. This perspective is consciousness. Consciousness does not create reality. It reveals parts of it. This helps resolve a deep confusion. When people hear that the past still exists, they imagine being stuck or controlled. But nothing about this view removes experience, choice, or meaning. You still live moment by moment. You still decide. You still feel uncertainty. The fact that moments exist beyond your awareness does not make them irrelevant. It makes them part of a larger whole. Meaning does not come from erasure. It comes from experience. The past still exists, but you cannot return to it, not because it is gone, but because your consciousness moves in one direction. Just as you cannot see behind your eyes, even though the world exists there. So what if the past still exists? Then time is not a river washing moments away. It is a landscape containing every moment at once. Loss is not destruction. Change is not replacement. And existence is not as fragile as it feels. The present moment does not erase the past, it only shifts attention. And perhaps the deepest illusion of all is not that time passes, but that anything is ever truly gone.